Lesson 1: Seeking Advice.
Hey Anna, can I ask you something?
Absolutely, what's on your mind?
Well, I've been thinking about starting my own podcast, but I'm not sure where to begin.
Ooh, that's exciting. Podcasting can be a really rewarding endeavor.
I know, but I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. There's so much to consider.
I can imagine. What aspects are you struggling with the most?
I guess I'm just not sure how to choose a topic or format that will really resonate with listeners.
I see. Well, have you thought about your own interests and expertise?
That's a good point. I'm really passionate about history, but I'm not sure if that's a broad enough topic.
History can actually make for a fascinating podcast. The key is to find a unique angle or focus.
Okay. What about equipment and production? I have no idea where to start with that.
Well, the good news is you don't need a ton of fancy gear to get started. A decent microphone and some editing software can go a long way.
That's reassuring. And what about the actual recording and publishing process?
There are tons of great tutorials and resources online that can walk you through the technical aspects.
Awesome, that's really helpful. I feel a bit less intimidated now.
I'm glad I could provide some useful insights. The most important thing is to just get started and figure the rest out as you go.
You're right. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. Thanks for the encouragement, Anna.
Anytime. Let me know if you need any other advice as you're getting your podcast off the ground.
Will do. I owe you one.
Lesson 2: Chasing Dreams.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to pick your brain about something.
Hey there. Sure, what's on your mind?
Well, I've been feeling a bit stuck in my career lately. I'm not sure if I'm on the right path.
I see. It can be so frustrating when you feel like you're not fulfilling your true potential.
Exactly. I've been thinking about making a big change, but I'm nervous about taking the leap.
I can understand the hesitation. Changing direction can be scary, but it can also be incredibly rewarding.
That's what I'm worried about. What if I take the risk and it doesn't work out?
That's a valid concern, but you have to weigh the potential upsides. What is it that you're really passionate about?
That's the thing, I'm not even sure anymore. I used to be so driven and now I just feel lost.
Well, maybe it's time to do some soul searching. Think about what gets you excited, what makes you feel alive.
You make a good point. I should probably take some time to really reflect on what I want.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to try new things, even if they scare you a bit. Sometimes the most rewarding paths are the ones we least expect.
You're right. I think I'm going to start exploring some new hobbies and interests.
I love that idea. Getting out of your comfort zone can open up a whole new world of possibilities.
Thanks, Anna. I feel a lot more motivated now to start chasing my dreams, whatever they may be.
I'm so glad I could help provide some encouragement. You've got this, John. I believe in you.
I really appreciate that. I'll be sure to keep you posted on my journey.
Lesson 3: A Cozy Gathering.
Hey Anna, I wanted to run something by you.
Oh? What is it, John?
Well, I'm thinking of hosting a small get-together at my place this weekend. Just a casual thing, you know?
That sounds lovely. Who all did you have in mind inviting?
Actually, I was hoping it could just be you and your partner. I was thinking it could be a nice, intimate evening.
Oh, how wonderful. Just the four of us, that sounds perfect.
Great, I'm so glad you're on board. I was thinking we could do a little potluck-style dinner.
Ooh, that's a wonderful idea. I'd be happy to bring a dish or two to share.
Fantastic. I was thinking maybe some appetizers and a nice bottle of wine to start.
Sounds delightful. And we can follow that up with a cozy main course and maybe even dessert.
Exactly what I was thinking. This is going to be such a nice, relaxing evening.
I can't wait. It'll be so nice to just unwind and enjoy good food and great company.
Agreed. I'm really looking forward to it. Just the four of us, no fuss, no frills.
Perfect. I'll mark it down in my calendar and we can hash out the details closer to the date.
Sounds good. This is exactly the kind of low-key gathering I've been craving.
Me too. It'll be the perfect way to recharge and reconnect. I can't wait.
Excellent. I'll be in touch soon to finalize the plans. This is going to be fantastic.
Lesson 4: Staying Safe.
Hey Anna, can I get your advice on something?
Of course, John. What's up?
Well, I'm planning to go for a hike this weekend, and I wanted to get your thoughts on staying safe.
Oh, that's a great idea. Hiking can be so peaceful and rejuvenating. What sort of safety concerns do you have in mind?
Well, I want to make sure I'm being as cautious as possible. I've heard some stories about hikers getting into trouble.
That's very wise of you. Safety should definitely be the top priority when it comes to outdoor activities.
Exactly. I want to make sure I'm prepared and aware of any potential risks.
Absolutely. Well, I'd suggest starting with some basic safety precautions.
Like what? What should I be keeping in mind?
Well, first and foremost, always trust your instincts. If something feels off or unsafe, don't hesitate to turn back.
Good point. I'll be sure to listen to that little voice in the back of my head.
Definitely. And be sure to let someone know your hiking plans, including your route and estimated return time.
That's a great idea. I'll make sure to share all the details with a friend or family member.
Excellent. And of course, always stick to well-marked trails and avoid any potentially risky areas.
Got it. I'll be sure to do my research and plan my route carefully.
Perfect. And don't forget to pack the essentials: water, snacks, a first aid kit, and maybe even a charged phone or GPS device.
Excellent suggestions. I'll make sure to have all of that on hand.
Wonderful. I'm sure if you follow those basic safety guidelines, your hike will be an absolute delight.
I really appreciate you taking the time to share all of this, Anna. It's given me a lot to think about.
Of course, John. I'm happy to help ensure you have a safe and enjoyable outdoor adventure.
Fantastic. I'll be sure to let you know how it goes. Thanks again for the advice.
Lesson 5: Requesting towels.
Excuse me, Anna, could I ask you a quick question?
Absolutely, John. How can I help you?
Well, my partner and I are staying in the hotel, and we were wondering if it's possible to get some additional towels for our room.
Oh, I see. Let me look into that for you.
We just seem to have run out, and it would be great if we could get a few more.
No problem at all. I'm happy to arrange that for you.
Fantastic, I really appreciate it. Is there a specific way I should go about requesting them?
Sure, let me walk you through the process. The best thing to do is to call the front desk directly and make the request.
Okay, great. I'll give them a call right away then.
Perfect. Just let them know you need some additional towels for your room and they'll be happy to bring them up.
Wonderful, thank you so much. I'll take care of that right away.
My pleasure, John. I hope you and your partner are enjoying your stay.
Absolutely, it's been wonderful so far. Thanks again for your help.
Of course, anytime. I'm glad I could assist you with your towel request.
Fantastic, I really appreciate it. I'll be sure to let you know if we need anything else.
Sounds good. Don't hesitate to reach out if there's anything else I can do for you.
Will do, thanks again, Anna. I'll talk to you soon.
Lesson 6: Debating etiquette.
Hey Anna, can I get your opinion on something?
Certainly, John. What's on your mind?
Well, I was reading about proper etiquette for debating, and I'm a bit confused on one aspect.
Okay, what part are you unsure about?
It says here that you can't argue from outside the debating chamber, you've got to cross the threshold. What exactly does that mean?
Ah, I see. That's referring to the idea that you need to fully engage in the debate, rather than just making arguments from the sidelines.
I see, that makes sense. So you have to be an active participant, not just an outside commentator.
Exactly. The whole point of a debate is to present your case and engage directly with your opponent.
Got it, that clears things up. So you can't just shout your views from the audience, you have to step up to the podium.
Precisely. It's about fully committing to the debate and being willing to defend your position.
That's really interesting. I hadn't realized there were such specific etiquette rules for debating.
Yes, there's a whole protocol around it to ensure a fair and productive exchange of ideas.
Well, I appreciate you explaining that to me. It's good to know the proper way to engage in a debate.
Absolutely. Debating is an art form, and following the etiquette is crucial for having a meaningful discussion.
Definitely. I'll be sure to keep that in mind next time I'm in a debate situation.
Excellent, I'm glad I could clarify that for you. Let me know if you have any other questions about debating etiquette.
Will do, thanks Anna. This has been really helpful for my understanding.
Lesson 7: Exploring New Opportunities.
Hey Anna, I've been thinking about trying something new. Do you have any ideas?
Ooh, that's exciting. What kind of new thing did you have in mind?
Well, I was looking into this place called Perfect, and it seems like they have all sorts of interesting activities.
Perfect, huh? I don't think I've heard of that before. What kind of activities are they offering?
From what I've read, they have everything from arts and crafts workshops to outdoor adventures. It sounds like a really diverse range of options.
That does sound quite intriguing. What kinds of activities are you most interested in?
I'm particularly drawn to the outdoor stuff. They have things like hiking, rock climbing, and even some water sports.
Oh wow, that sounds right up your alley. Are you thinking of trying out one of the outdoor activities?
I'm definitely leaning that way. I think it could be a great opportunity to try something new and get out of my comfort zone a bit.
I love that mindset, John. Trying new things can be so rewarding, even if they're a little bit intimidating at first.
Exactly. And who knows, I might even discover a hidden talent or passion that I never knew I had.
Absolutely. And even if you don't, the experience itself will be valuable. Sometimes it's just about the journey, you know?
You're so right. I think I'm going to look into signing up for one of the outdoor adventures at Perfect. Any recommendations on where to start?
Maybe something like a beginner's rock climbing course? That could be a really fun and challenging new skill to learn.
Ooh, rock climbing, huh? That does sound intriguing. I'll have to look into that. Thanks for the suggestion, Anna.
Of course. I'm excited for you to try something new. Let me know how it goes, okay?
Will do. I'm really looking forward to this. Thanks for the encouragement.
Lesson 8, Aquatic Wonders.
Morning, Anna. Have you ever been to that new aquarium downtown?
No, I haven't. I've been meaning to check it out. What did you think of it?
It was incredible. They have the most amazing fish in these gigantic tanks.
Ooh, really? What kind of fish did you see?
All sorts of colorful tropical fish, like angelfish and clownfish. And they even had some massive stingrays.
Stingrays? In a public aquarium? That's so cool. Were they in a big tank?
Absolutely massive. The tanks were huge, easily the size of a small swimming pool.
Wow, that must have been quite a sight. I can only imagine how mesmerizing it was to watch those big creatures swim around.
It really was. And the best part was seeing the little fish darting around the bigger ones.
Little fish swimming with the big ones? That sounds like quite the fascinating ecosystem.
Yeah, it was almost like the little fish weren't even fazed by the size of their tank mates.
That's so interesting. I wonder if the little fish feel protected by the larger ones or something.
That's a good point. Maybe the big fish help create a safer environment for the smaller ones.
It's amazing how nature can find that kind of balance, even in a captive setting like an aquarium.
Definitely. I'm really curious to learn more about the relationships between the different species in those tanks.
Me too. I'm definitely going to have to plan a visit to the aquarium soon. Thanks for the recommendation, John.
Of course. I think you'll really enjoy it. Let me know what you think after you go.
Lesson 9, Finding the Bus Stops.
Hey Anna, do you know where the closest bus stop is? I need to get to the city center, but I'm not sure which way to go.
Hello, John. I think I saw a city map near the entrance of the park. We could check that to see where the bus stops are located in this area.
Great idea. I didn't notice that map earlier. Shall we go take a look?
Absolutely, let's head over there. I'm curious to see which bus route would be the most convenient for you.
Wonderful, lead the way. I appreciate you helping me figure this out.
No problem at all, I'm happy to lend a hand. The map should give us all the details we need.
Fantastic, I'm sure with your help I'll be able to find the right bus stop and make my way downtown efficiently.
I'm confident we'll get you where you need to go. Just a short walk to the park entrance, and we'll have you sorted out.
Sounds good, let's get going. I'm grateful for your assistance, Anna.
Lesson 10, Shopping Spree.
Hey Anna, I went shopping earlier today and got some really great deals.
Oh, that's exciting. What kind of things did you purchase?
Well, I picked up a few new shirts, a nice pair of jeans, and even a cool accessory or two.
That sounds like a fun shopping trip. What was your favorite item you found?
I think my favorite item was this stylish new watch I got. It has a really sleek, modern design.
Ooh, a new watch, how fun. I love picking out new accessories, they can really pull an outfit together.
Definitely. I'm always on the lookout for unique pieces that can add a special touch. Did you happen to do any shopping yourself recently?
As a matter of fact, I did. I went to the mall last weekend and found the most adorable new sweater. It's so soft and cozy, perfect for the cooler weather.
That's great, I'm glad you were able to find something you really love. Shopping can be such a fun way to refresh your wardrobe.
Absolutely. There's just something satisfying about finding that perfect new item. I always enjoy the thrill of the hunt, don't you?
Absolutely. I get a real sense of accomplishment when I come across something really special. It makes the shopping trip all the more worthwhile.
Lesson 11, The Electric Dream.
Morning Anna, did you hear about the new electric car that just launched? It's supposed to be really good for the environment.
Hello, John. Yes, I did. I'm really interested in learning more about electric vehicles. What have you heard about them?
Well, from what I understand, they don't produce any direct emissions, which is great for reducing air pollution. And they're much quieter than traditional gasoline-powered cars.
That's awesome. I've also heard they're a lot cheaper to fuel and maintain. The upfront cost is higher, but the long-term savings can be significant.
Definitely. Plus, with more charging stations being built, it's becoming easier to keep an electric car charged up and ready to go. The technology is really advancing quickly.
I agree. Have you considered getting one yourself? I'm tempted, but I'm not sure if the range would work for my daily commute just yet.
That's a good point. The range can still be a limitation, especially for longer trips. But I've heard the newer models are getting better and better in that regard.
Yeah, I'll have to do some more research. It would be great to reduce my carbon footprint, but I want to make sure an electric car is practical for my needs.
Absolutely. Well, let me know if you have any other questions as you're looking into it. I'm happy to share what I've learned.
Thanks, John, I appreciate that. This has been a really informative chat about electric cars. I feel like I have a much better understanding of the benefits now.
Glad I could help. Electric vehicles are definitely an exciting technology with a lot of potential to make a positive impact on the environment.
Lesson 12, The Curious Conversationalists.
Afternoon, Anna. I've been meaning to ask you, what are your thoughts on the new scientific discoveries happening around the world?
Hello, John. That's a fascinating topic. I've been reading about some really exciting breakthroughs lately. What in particular are you curious about?
Well, I was reading about this new method for detecting exoplanets that could potentially support life. It's pretty mind-blowing to think about the possibility of finding habitable worlds beyond our solar system.
I agree, that is incredibly intriguing. Just the sheer scale of the universe and the potential for other forms of life is truly humbling. Have you heard about the advancements in quantum computing as well?
Yes, the developments in quantum tech are remarkable. The ability to perform calculations exponentially faster than classical computers could revolutionize so many fields.
Absolutely. I'm particularly fascinated by how quantum computing could transform cryptography and cybersecurity. The implications are quite profound.
Definitely. And then there are breakthroughs happening in fields like renewable energy, neural interfaces, and genetic engineering. It's almost hard to keep up with all the exciting progress.
I know, the pace of scientific and technological innovation these days is staggering. It makes me wonder what other groundbreaking discoveries are just around the corner.
Me too. It's thrilling to think about how much the world could change in the coming decades as these new frontiers are explored and understood.
I agree, John. These are really inspiring topics that make me curious to learn more. Do you have any other areas of research you're particularly enthusiastic about?
While I've also been fascinated by the advancements in materials science, like the development of graphene and other ultra-strong, lightweight materials. The potential applications are endless.
Ooh, that's another great example. The materials science field is evolving so rapidly. I'm really excited to see how those innovations could transform everything from infrastructure to consumer products.
Definitely. There's just so much potential for new discoveries to fundamentally change our world. I find it all incredibly stimulating to think about.
Lesson 13, Navigating Blended Families.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to get your thoughts on something that's been on my mind lately.
Good morning, John. Of course, what's on your mind?
Well, my brother recently got remarried after his divorce. His new wife has a couple kids from her previous marriage, so they're now navigating this blended family dynamic.
Ah, I see. Blended families can certainly present some unique challenges, but also great opportunities.
Exactly. I imagine it must be tough for the kids to adjust to having new step-parents and step-siblings. How do you think the best way to approach that would be?
That's a great question. I think open and honest communication is key. Encouraging the kids to express their feelings, while also setting clear expectations, can really help everyone adapt.
That makes a lot of sense. And I suppose it's important for the new spouses to find ways to bond with the stepchildren, without trying to replace the biological parents.
Absolutely. Building trust and respect, rather than competing for the kids' affection, is so important. It takes time, but can lead to very rewarding relationships.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a delicate balance. And I imagine the biological parents have to be on board and collaborative as well.
Definitely. Co-parenting effectively, even across households, sets the children up for the best possible outcome. It requires a lot of maturity and compromise from the adults involved.
That's a good point. I suppose it's about putting the needs of the kids first, even if it means the adults have to set aside any personal differences or tensions.
Exactly. The priority has to be creating a stable, supportive environment for the children to thrive in. It's not easy, but so worthwhile when done right.
I can imagine. It's a complex dynamic, but hearing you talk it through, I have a better understanding of the keys to making a blended family work.
Lesson 14, The Perfect Sunday.
Say, Anna, have you ever noticed the little ice cream shop we pass on our walks? I've been thinking about stopping in for a treat.
I have noticed it, John. It's been on my mind too. A nice cold ice cream would really hit the spot on these warm days.
Exactly. I'm craving something sweet and refreshing. What do you say we make a pit stop there on our way back?
Sounds like a plan to me. I'm curious to see what kind of flavors and toppings they have. Customizing the perfect sundae could be really fun.
Ooh, good point. I bet they have all sorts of tasty options. Maybe we could get one to share and try different combinations.
That's a great idea. I love trying new things, and it would be the perfect way to cool down after our walk.
Definitely. Plus, it'll give us a chance to relax and chat for a bit before heading home.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. A little ice cream indulgence and good company sounds lovely.
Me too. Alright then, it's a date. Let's save room for dessert on our way back.
Sounds perfect. I can already almost taste the sweet, creamy goodness. This is going to be a nice little treat, don't you think?
Definitely. A little afternoon delight to lift our spirits. I'm already daydreaming about the perfect Sunday combination.
Lesson 15, Missed Flight Layover.
Hey Anna, did you hear about my flight getting delayed? It was a real hassle.
Oh no, what happened? Were you able to catch your next flight?
Luckily, my next flight had a long layover, so I didn't miss it. But it was a close call.
That's good to hear. Long layovers can be a blessing in disguise sometimes.
Definitely. I was able to grab a quick bite and stretch my legs before my next flight.
That's great. It's always important to take advantage of those unexpected breaks during travel.
Absolutely. I'm just glad I didn't have to scramble to rebook my entire trip.
Me too. Missed flights can be such a headache to deal with.
You're telling me. I'm just thankful it all worked out in the end.
Lesson 16, Tracking Luggage.
Hey Anna, do you ever worry about losing your luggage when you travel?
All the time. It's such a stressful part of any trip. But airlines usually give us a reference number to track our bags online.
That's good to know. I always feel so helpless when my bags don't show up on the carousel.
Totally. The tracking number really helps put my mind at ease. I can check the status anytime.
Definitely. It's reassuring to know where your bags are at all times.
Exactly. And if there are any issues, the reference number makes it easier to work with the airline.
That's a great point. Having that information on hand makes resolving lost luggage so much smoother.
Absolutely. It's one less thing to worry about when you're trying to enjoy your trip.
For sure. I'll have to remember to ask for that tracking number next time I fly.
Yes, it's a game changer. Definitely makes the whole luggage process a lot less stressful.
Good to know. I appreciate you sharing that tip. It'll come in handy for my next trip.
Lesson 17, Navigating a New Area.
Morning, Anna. Are you familiar with this neighborhood? I'm a bit lost.
No worries, I know this area pretty well. How can I help you find your way?
Great, I'm trying to get to the park, but I'm not sure which direction to go.
The park is just a few blocks that way. I can give you turn-by-turn directions if that would be useful.
That would be amazing. I'd really appreciate the help. I don't want to wander aimlessly.
Okay, let me think. First, go down this street for about half a mile, then take a right at the big oak tree.
Got it, right at the oak tree. Then what?
Continue on that street for a couple blocks, and the park entrance will be on your left-hand side.
Perfect, that sounds easy to follow. I'm glad I ran into you to help me out.
Happy to assist. Navigation can be tricky in a new area, but I know this neighborhood like the back of my hand.
That's so kind of you. I feel a lot less stressed now that I have clear directions.
Don't mention it. Let me know if you need anything else as you explore the park.
Will do, thanks again for your help. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Lesson 18, Winter Wonderland Planning.
Hey Anna, I'm already dreaming of the winter months. Do you have any preferences on how we should spend them?
Ooh, winter is my favorite time of year. I'd love to plan some fun activities. What sort of things did you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking we could go ice skating one weekend, and maybe hit the slopes for some skiing or snowboarding.
Those sound like great ideas. I'm definitely up for some winter sports. We should also plan a cozy evening by the fireplace.
Good point, we'll need some downtime to warm up too. Maybe we could make some hot cocoa and watch a holiday movie.
That's perfect. And we can't forget about all the delicious winter comfort foods, hearty soups, roasted veggies, fresh bread.
You're making me hungry just thinking about it. Do you have any favorite winter recipes you'd want to try?
I've been wanting to make a mushroom and barley stew, it's so savory and filling. We could pair that with some crusty bread.
Sounds delicious, I'm getting excited just imagining it. This is going to be the best winter ever.
Agreed. We're going to have so much fun. I can't wait to bundle up and embrace the coziness of the season.
Me neither. Thanks for brainstorming all these great ideas with me, Anna. I'm already counting down the days.
Lesson 19, Exploring Seaside Eats.
Morning, Anna. I've got a great idea. How about we try out some new restaurants in Seaside this weekend?
Ooh, that sounds perfect. I'm always up for discovering tasty local spots. Do you have any particular places in mind?
Not yet, but I was hoping you might have some recommendations. I'm craving something fresh and flavorful.
Let me think. There's a highly rated seafood place right on the boardwalk that I've been wanting to try.
Seafood by the beach? Count me in. What else have you heard good things about around town?
Well, I heard there's a cozy Italian joint that makes amazing homemade pasta. And a new fusion restaurant that's getting rave reviews.
Fusion cuisine, huh? That could be really interesting. We should definitely check that one out.
Definitely. And if we're still hungry after, we can always pop into one of the cute little bakeries for dessert.
That's a great idea. I could go for something sweet after a savory meal. Do you have a favorite bakery in mind?
There's this adorable little place that has the most delectable pastries and artisanal breads. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Alright, you've sold me. Let's make a day of exploring the seaside food scene. I can't wait to dig in.
Me neither. This is going to be so much fun. I love trying new restaurants and supporting local businesses.
Same here. Okay, I'm going to do some research and put together an itinerary. This is going to be a delicious adventure.
Lesson 20, Navigating the City.
Alright, Anna, I'm a bit lost. Can you help me find my way around the city?
Absolutely. Where are you trying to get to?
I'm looking for the new art museum. Do you happen to know where it is?
Sure, it's just a short walk from here. Go straight down this street and then turn left at the third intersection.
Okay, got it. Go straight and then turn left. Simple enough. Is it hard to miss or should I be on the lookout for any landmarks?
It's pretty hard to miss, actually. The museum building has this really distinctive modern architecture with huge glass windows.
Ah, perfect. Glass windows, can't miss that. And about how long of a walk are we talking?
I'd say it's maybe 10 to 15 minutes at a casual pace. The city blocks aren't too huge in this part of town.
Wonderful, that's not bad at all. I'm ready to get my culture fix in. Is the museum worth the visit, in your opinion?
Definitely. They have an amazing collection of contemporary art exhibits. And the building itself is a work of art.
Excellent, I can't wait. Okay, let me recap: straight, then left, and look for the big glass building. Sound good?
Yep, you've got it. Let me know if you need any other directions once you're closer. Enjoy the museum.
Will do, thanks so much for the help. This is going to be a great afternoon.
Lesson 21: The Future of Food.
Hey Anna, have you heard about all the crazy new food technology advancements?
No, what have you been hearing about? I'm curious to learn more.
Well, apparently some companies are working on automating the entire cooking process. Like, you won't even have to lift a finger to make a meal.
Whoa, really? That sounds both exciting and a little concerning. How would that even work?
From what I understand, the idea is to have these appliances that can basically plan, prepare, and cook entire meals for you.
Wow, that's wild. So you're saying we might be able to just push a few buttons and have a freshly cooked dinner appear?
Exactly. No more slaving away in the kitchen. The machine would handle everything, from selecting the recipes to doing the actual cooking.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Part of the joy of cooking is the hands-on process, you know?
I get that, but just think about the convenience. No more meal planning, grocery shopping, or cleaning up. Sounds pretty great to me.
I suppose. Though I do wonder what that would do to our cooking skills as a society if we all just rely on machines.
That's a good point. Maybe it would make us a bit lazy in the kitchen. But hey, at least we'd have more free time, right?
I guess so. It's an interesting concept, for sure. I'm curious to see if it really takes off and becomes mainstream.
Same here. I have a feeling we're just scratching the surface of what's possible when it comes to the future of food technology.
No doubt. It'll be exciting to see how it all unfolds. I'm keeping an open mind, but I hope we don't lose that hands-on cooking experience entirely.
Fair enough. I'm sure there'll still be plenty of us who enjoy the traditional approach, even if the automated options become more common.
Lesson 22: Amy's language lessons.
Hey Anna, did you hear about what's going on with Amy and her language lessons?
No, I haven't heard anything. What's the scoop?
Apparently, Amy's been having a tough time with her lessons. Her dad's been really pushing her to learn a new language, but it's not going well.
Oh no, that's not good. What seems to be the problem?
Well, from what I understand, they've been butting heads during the lessons. Amy's getting frustrated and her dad's not being very patient.
Yikes, that's a recipe for disaster. Learning a new language can be challenging enough without family tensions getting in the way.
Exactly. Amy's dad is really set on her becoming fluent, but he's not realizing that his nagging is just making her resist the whole process.
That's a tricky situation. Has Amy expressed any interest in learning the language herself, or is this all her dad's idea?
That's a good question. I'm not sure, to be honest. It seems like it might be more her dad's dream than her own motivation.
Ah, I see. Well, that's probably not helping matters then. Learning a language requires genuine personal investment.
For sure. If Amy's not fully on board, it's going to be an uphill battle no matter how much her dad pushes.
Absolutely. He might want to take a step back and have an open conversation with her about it. See if they can find a compromise.
Yeah, that's a smart approach. Forcing it isn't going to work, and could end up souring the whole experience for Amy.
Exactly. The key is finding a way to make it enjoyable and rewarding for her, not just something she has to do to please her dad.
You're right. I hope they're able to figure it out before the lessons become a total source of tension and resentment.
Me too. With the right approach, language learning can be a really positive and enriching experience. But it has to be the right fit for the individual.
Definitely. Fingers crossed Amy and her dad can get on the same page about it. It could make a big difference in her progress.
Lesson 23: The Measure of a Man.
Morning, Anna. I've been thinking a lot about what truly makes a person worthy in the eyes of their family.
Interesting. What have you been pondering, John?
Well, it's a tricky question. How do we determine the value of a man to his mother or to his son? What should we consider?
That's a deep and complex issue. There are so many factors that could come into play.
Exactly. Is it their financial success? Their moral character? Their ability to provide and care for their loved ones?
Those are all important elements, but I don't think it can be boiled down to just one or two things.
Right, it's not that simple. A man's worth to his family is multifaceted and deeply personal.
Absolutely. It depends on the individual relationships and what each person values most.
Machem, a good father might mean something different to his son than he does to his wife, for instance.
Precisely. And a man's conscience and principles could be just as critical as his tangible contributions.
Definitely. The intangible aspects of his character and how he lives his life may matter even more.
Yes, the way he treats others, the decisions he makes, and the legacy he leaves behind.
Exactly. It's not just about what he provides, but who he is as a human being.
Exactly. The true measure of a man goes far beyond surface level achievements.
Couldn't agree more. It's a complex question without a simple answer.